Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to our yoga to release. You don't need anything for this class tonight unless you want a blanket for the end. And we are just going to begin in a comfortable seated position, Sukhasana, or any comfortable cross-legged position will do. Let's move the fleshy parts of your bottom out from underneath you. Sit up nice and tall through your spine, draw the crown of your head towards the sky. Roll your shoulders up, back and down, and your hands can come to rest on your thighs, palms facing up. We'll close down the eyes here or soften your gaze. And we'll just take 3 breaths straight away just to land in this moment, to land in this space. So just exhaling where you are to prepare. Take a big breath in through your nose. And open your mouth. It's an audible sigh out. Good. Notice the pause at the end. Take a big breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. Good. Last one. Inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Lovely. And then keeping the eyes closed, let's just take a moment to set an intention. So just thinking about something positive that you want to bring into this practice or to the rest of your evening or your week. And if you can't think of anything, together we'll set an intention to release any expectations or pressure that you might have on yourself for your practice, but also any pressures that you might have on yourself in your daily life. And then whatever kind of day you've had so far, just allowing yourself to leave everything at the door, letting everything go. Meet yourself where you are today. Know that this is your time to let go of everything. Notice how it feels to allow yourself to put everything else down. And just thank yourself for showing up for your body, for your mind. Beautiful. And then keeping the eyes closed, let's inhale, sweep your fingertips up towards the sky. And then we'll start to wiggle through the fingertips. Good. And then perhaps here you'll picture a beam of light or positive energy above you. And just allowing that light to shine down on you, allowing yourself to soak this energy in. Good. And then as you exhale, hinge from the hips, bring the fingertips down to the mat, round through the spine, heavy the head. Close down your eyes. Take 3 breaths here. Breathing into the back of your body, the space between your shoulder blades. Good. And then once you've taken your 3 breaths, slowly rolling all the way up through the spine, rolling your shoulders up, back and down, and the head is the last thing to lift. From here, we're going to come into a hero pose. So you can just roll over the knees if that feels comfortable for you. There's an option to take a block or a pillow underneath your sit bones here if you feel more comfortable in that position. When you get here, just sitting up nice and tall through the spine. So stacking your head over your heart and your heart over your pelvis. And then we'll just tilt your pelvis forward slightly. Let's roll your shoulders up, back and down. And then as you inhale, sweep the fingertips up towards the sky. Send your gaze up. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms, exhale. Good. As you inhale, let's pull the heart through, lift the gaze. As you exhale around through the spine, draw the arms down, chin to chest. Good. Let's take that a few more times. Inhale to lift up, gaze up. Exhale as you round through the spine. Beautiful. And then just seeing if you can really marry this movement with your breath. Seeing if you can slow this movement down. Notice if you're feeling the need to rush through this, and just seeing if you can start to calm down your nervous system, start to calm down your mind. Good. Let's take 2 more cycles here. And then when you're ready, you can slowly release the palms, release the fingertips. Let's interlace your fingers behind you, draw the shoulder blades together. If you can, keep your palms together and make a little fist. That's not available for everyone, including myself, so don't worry if you can't. And then we'll start to draw your fist down towards your heels, lift your heart up towards the sky. Maybe if it feels comfortable, you send your gaze forward, up and back, lift the chin, breathe here. It's a nice big chest opener. So breathing into your heart space. Good. And then releasing your fingertips. Inhale, let's sweep your hands back up towards the sky. Exhale as you drop your left fingertips down towards the mat. Right hand sweeps up and over. Good. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let's sweep your arms forwards, round through your spine. Take it to the other side. Good. Take a big breath in. And then exhale to scoop the arms forwards, heavy the head around the spine, other side. Inhale as you come up. And then exhale to round forwards. Beautiful. Just taking a few more here at your own pace. Use your breath to guide you. Just starting to warm up through the spine. Beautiful. Take 2 more. Lovely. And then coming back to center. From here, we're going to come up onto your knees. We're going to take a little modified side plank. So keeping your left knee grounded, let's extend your right leg. And you want to keep your right foot in line with your left knee. Let's take your left hand down to the mat. Again, everything is in one nice long line, parallel to your mat. And then as you inhale, sweep your right hand up towards the sky, send your vision up. Good, take a big breath here. And then as you exhale, let's take your right bicep to your right ear, send your vision down to the left fingertips. Good. It's a nice big stretch in the right side of your body. Send your breath there. Good. And then on your next exhale, slowly start to round through your spine, bring your right hand down, and then we'll walk the fingertips all the way over towards your right leg. Coming into a little fold over your leg, heavy the head. Don't worry what this looks like. Just notice the sensation. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to come up into a little peaceful warrior variation. So let's take your right hand to your right leg. As you inhale, lift your heart, spiral your vision up, lift the left hand. Beautiful. Breathe into the left side of your body. And then as you exhale, slowly start to round through the spine, and we'll walk all the way back to the other side. Plant your left hand down. Inhale as you sweep your right hand up. Send your gaze up. And then exhale, send your gaze towards your left fingertips. Draw your right hand towards your right arm towards your right bicep. Beautiful. Take a big breath in. And then exhale as you round through the spine. drop your right hand down, start to walk back to the other side. Good. Take a forward fold over your left leg, heavy the head. And there's no pushing or forcing here, you just land where you land. So if you're on the fingertips and that feels like enough, stay there. If you need to grab a little prop, then feel free to do so. We're just taking a couple cycles here. You should feel this in your left groin and down the left inner muscles of your leg. Beautiful. And then we'll bring your right hand to your right shin. As you inhale, you'll spin the heart up. It's a peaceful warrior variation. Take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, let's walk it all the way back. This time we'll bring your right knee in to meet your left. And then we'll just swap sides. So extending your left leg out this time. Take your right palm down to the mat beside you. As you inhale, lift your left fingertips up towards the sky. Send your gaze up past your fingertips. And then as you exhale, send your gaze down towards the right hand. Left hand sweeps up and over. Left bicep to left ear. Good, big breath in. And then exhale as you round through the spine. Start to walk the fingertips over to your left leg. And we're going to take a little fold over the left leg. And for you, this might just mean heavying the head. And that's absolutely fine. Just breathing into this stretch. Good. And then we'll take your left hand to your left shin. As you inhale, sweeping the chest up towards the sky. Send your vision up. Take a big breath in. And then exhale as you round through the spine, walking all the way back to the right hand side. Plant the right hand down. Inhale, sweep the left fingertips up. Good, big breath in. And then exhale, left arm to left bicep. Send your vision down. And then as you exhale, rounding through the spine, heavy the head, walking off to the left-hand side, coming into your forward fold. Lovely. Just seeing if you can start to soften through the muscles. Good. And then taking your left hand to your left bicep. As you inhale, really spiraling the rib cage open up towards the sky. Good. And then exhale, coming back to center. This time we'll find a tabletop position. Spread the fingertips nice and wide. We're going to head into a downward facing dog. So tucking your toes, taking a nice big breath in, draw your belly button in towards your spine. And then as you exhale, lift the knees, lift the hips, find your downward facing dog. Allow the head to become heavy. Start to pedal out through the feet. Maybe you close the eyes. Good. Lovely. Just relaxing through the neck and the shoulders, relaxing through the skin on your face. And then when you're ready, we'll take 3 cleansing breaths here. As you inhale, rise high on the toes. As you exhale, lower. Good. Inhale through the nose, rise. Exhale through your mouth as you lower. Good. Last one. Biggest breath all day. Inhale to rise. Exhale, let it go. Lovely. From here, as you inhale high on the toes, bend your knees, draw your belly towards your thighs. As you exhale, straighten your legs. Good. We'll take 2 more of those. Inhale high on the toes, bend your knees, belly to thighs. Exhale, drop your heels back down, straighten your legs. Inhale high on the toes, bend the knees, draw your belly in towards your thighs. And then exhale to lower. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to come into a little forward fold. So just walking your feet up to meet your hands. Just allowing the head to become heavy here. You can bend the knees a whole bunch. You can even connect your belly to your thighs again. It should feel really nice. You might notice the release in your upper body if you chose to connect your belly to your thighs. Just allowing the upper body to completely relax here, becoming heavy. And maybe you interlace your fingers behind the base of your skull. Maybe you close down the eyes. Just giving yourself a gentle assist here. Deep breathing. Good. And then releasing the fingertips. As you inhale, let's keep your knees bent, sweep your arms up towards the sky, chair pose, sink your hips down towards the floor. Your weight is in your heels. Draw your shoulders up, back and down. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, let's sweep your arms behind you, interlace the fingers like we did before in hero pose. Start to press your fists away from you. Good. Heart is open, lift the vision, lift your chin, open your throat. Start to breathe into your chest. Good, last breath. And then as you exhale, gently releasing the fingertips with control, straightening out through the legs. Beautiful. Inhale, let's sweep your hands up towards the sky. Exhale, ride the breath all the way down. Plant your fingertips down, step back into your plank pose. Option to drop your knees here. Take a big breath in, and then as you exhale, let's bend through your elbows, lower all the way down. Beautiful. And then from here, just move my hair out of the way. I can find a hairband for class tonight. From here, let's draw your forehead down towards the mat. You can close down the eyes. And we're going to prepare to come into a locust pose. So bringing your hands behind your back, interlacing the fingers. Maybe you straighten out through the elbows. Maybe you can find a little lift of your fist away from your butt. And then on your next inhale breath, you'll lift the thighs off the mat, lift the chest off the mat, and lift your gaze. Squeeze everything together. Good. Take a breath in. And exhale, release the thighs, release the forehead. Good. We'll take one more just like that. As you inhale, lifting up the legs, lifting up the chest, lifting your gaze. And then exhale, release. Good. Let's draw your hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to come into an upward facing dog. As you inhale, press through your palms to lift the upper body. Option to press through the tops of your feet to lift the thighs off the mats. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, slowly lower all the way back down. Let's tuck your toes, press yourself up to tabletop, and then make your way to your downward facing dog. Good. Paddle through the feet. And then we'll take our 3 rounds of cleansing breath. As you inhale, rise high on your toes. As you exhale, lower. Good. 2 more. Inhale to rise. Exhale to ground. Good. Last one. Inhale, rise. Exhale, let everything go. Good. Let's drop your knees down towards the mat gently. We're going to come into a wide-legged child's pose here. So taking your big toes to touch and your knees as wide as your yoga mat. Drop your hips back towards your heels. And then start to reach your fingertips up towards the top of your mat. Heavy your head. Good. Wherever you are, pressing your hips down towards your heels. Noticing if there's anything still on the mind. And then just allowing yourself to release those thoughts, knowing that you are not your thoughts. And when you're ready, let's start to walk the fingertips all the way off to the left-hand side of your mat. Take your right palm on top of your left, heavy your head. You should feel a nice stretch in the right side of your body. Keep pressing your right hip down. Keep breathing. Soften through the skin on your face. Good. And then when you're ready, press through the palms to lift the gaze. Walk all the way back through center. And let's take it off to the right-hand side. Your left palm will sit on top of your right. Keep drawing your left hip down towards the mat. Breathing into the left side body. Good. And then walking the fingertips back to center. Let's come up high on the fingertips here. So just imagining you've got a little tennis ball underneath the hands. It's a bit of a puppy pose variation here. Let's take your chin down to the mat. Send your gaze towards the front of your mat. Breathe. Nice deep stretch in the shoulders. Good. And then releasing the palms back down, drawing the forehead down. Take a little sway of your hips from side to side. Good. And then we'll press through your palms, slowly start to walk your hands all the way back towards your body. And we'll make our way back into our hero pose. So again, if you'd like to, you can take a pillow or a rolled up blanket. If you don't feel comfortable, you can just take a cross-legged position. We're just going to bring your hands onto your thighs, roll your shoulders up, back and down, and we'll just start to find some nice slow circles with the head. And you can close down the eyes here. Soften through the skin on your face. And just imagine any tension that you might have in the neck, the shoulders, the head. Imagine that tension just starting to melt away. And then switching directions of your circles if you haven't already. Good. Lovely. And then just coming back to a neutral position with your eyes closed. Let's take 3 cleansing breaths here. Exhale where you are to prepare. Inhale through the nose, fill up. Open the mouth, exhale. Good. Inhale to fill up. Exhale, release. Good. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, let it all go. Beautiful. From here, blink your eyes open. And we'll find a tabletop position. Spread your fingertips nice and wide. Hips are stacked over the top of your knees. Shoulders are stacked over your wrists. And we'll just start to find some circles over the wrists in one direction. And then taking those circles in the other direction. And then preparing to come into a pigeon pose. So coming to stillness. And then we're going to slide your right knee to your right wrist. Kick your right foot off to the left side of your mat. And then straighten through your left leg. Keep pressing through the top of your left foot. And then we'll take it down to the elbows if that's available to you. If not, don't worry, you can just stay here. So we'll take it down to the elbows tonight. And I'd like you to heavy your head, take your thumbs on top of your temple and the rest of your fingers on the top of your head, on the soft baby part of your skull. And then just start to give yourself a little head massage here. So you can close down the eyes, just allow the weight of your head to become heavy in your own hands. Just taking a moment to give yourself a little bit of self-love, a little bit of self-soothing. You're just applying pressure to the crown of your head and to your temples. Maybe you give the jaw a little rock from side to side. Good. And then slowly releasing. Option just to come down onto your forearms or to lower the whole body down. And another option this evening is going to be a thread the needle in this pose. So threading your left arm underneath your right, bringing your left cheek down towards the mat. And we'll stay here for 3 breaths. Inhaling deeply into the back of the body, into the hips. Allowing yourself to sink into this shape, softening through any areas where you might be feeling tension. And then pressing through your right palm to unthread your left hand. Let's bring your palms back underneath your shoulders. Start to press yourself back up to a tabletop position. Give your hips a little wiggle from side to side. And then we're going to move into a little puppy pose here. So hips can stay stacked over your knees. And then you'll start to walk your palms forwards to the top corners of your mats. And then maybe your chest and your forehead start to draw towards the mat. Think of drawing your belly towards your thighs. Good. Taking 3 nice deep breaths here. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, you can come up onto the fingertips. You can draw the chin towards the mat. Good. And then bringing your palms back down, pressing through the palms to lift the gaze, walking yourself back to your tabletop position. And we'll come into pigeon on the other side. So drawing your left knee towards your left wrist, taking your foot off towards the right side of your mat, straightening through that right leg. I'm going to move forward because I'm coming off my mat here. And then option just to stay here if it feels like enough, or otherwise an option to come down onto your forearms. And again, maybe you give yourself a little head massage here. Option just to take the head massage that we just took, or otherwise what I like to do is apply a little bit of pressure with my 2 peace fingers to firstly to the crown of my head. And then I move on to the hairline. So wherever your hair meets your forehead, just applying a little bit of pressure there, just making your head heavy in your fingertips. And then I move on to my 3rd eye, the space between my brows. And then finally, my temples. And then, if you fancy it, the spot just behind the base of your skull. Lovely. And then releasing. Again, option just to come back onto the forearms or lift up. Otherwise, we're coming into a thread the needle here. And this time we're threading your right hand underneath your left. Bring your right cheek to the mat. Just breathing into wherever you're feeling the deepest sensation right now. Send the breath there. Good. 2 more cycles of breath. And then drawing your palms underneath your shoulders to press yourself all the way back up to your tabletop position. Let's give your butt a little shake from side to side. And then we'll start to walk the fingertips forwards, coming back into your puppy pose. So just allowing the chest and the forehead to maybe come to rest on your mat. Draw the belly towards the thighs. Good. Take 3 more cycles of breath here, breathing into the shoulders, the heart space, the back of the ribs. And when you've taken your 3 breaths, pressing through the palms to lift yourself all the way back up. And we're going to come all the way back into a child's pose, any variation that you wish. Just taking a moment here to settle back into your breath, to settle back into your body. Noticing how it feels to acknowledge the mind and the body. Allowing yourself this time and space to become quiet. And we live such busy lives. How often do we take the time to just be? And when you're ready, let's press through the palms to lift your gaze. Start to walk your fingertips up back towards you as you roll up through the spine. And then we'll just shift onto our bums to come to lie down on our backs. Yeah, so no rush at all, but when you get there, hugging the knees in towards your chest, let's start to find a little rock from side to side. It's massaging out through the spine. So nice. Lovely. And then from here, let's take a little dead bug. So extending both legs up towards the sky, extending both arms up towards the sky. Find a little wiggle of the fingertips, a little wiggle of the toes. Maybe again, just imagining that positive energy beaming down on you from above. And allow yourself to soak it in. And then start to find circles with the wrists and the ankles. Just embracing any little pops or creaks. Lovely. And then we're going to come into a little half happy baby. So bend your your left knee, take the sole of your left foot down to the mat. And then you'll start to find a bend in your right knee. Draw the knee towards your armpit. Take hold of the outside edge of your right shin or your right foot. And then your left hand can come to rest on your left hip. And let's take 5 cycles of breath here. Starting to use the breath to center your mind, to focus your mind. So nice. And then once you've taken your 5 breaths, let's extend your left knee long. Draw your right knee in towards your chest. Give it a little hug. And then take hold of your left knee with your right knee, sorry, with your left hand. Start to draw it over to the left side. Send your gaze over your right shoulder. Try to keep both shoulders on the mat here. And then close your eyes, just allowing your body to start to become heavy in your supine twist. So nice. And then when you're ready, you can start to hug the right knee back into center. And then we'll take it to the other side. So this time, your right foot will ground into the mat with a nice big bend in your knees. And then we'll take the half happy baby on your left hand side. So just taking hold of either your left shin or your left outside edge of your foot, and then drawing your knee in towards your armpit, just making sure that both shoulders are staying ground into the earth. And there's integrity here, so your foot is pushing up, sole of your foot is pushing up towards the sky, and your hand is pulling it back down. So it's this push-pull effect. So nice, just breathing into this stretch. Just acknowledging any emotions that might be coming up. And again, just knowing that you are not your emotions. So nice. And then let's extend your right leg down the mat. Hug your left knee in towards your chest. And then taking hold of your left knee with your right hand, we'll start to guide it off to the right hand side. Send your gaze over the left shoulder. You're starting to feel the whole body soften. Good. And then gently guiding your knee back to center. Hug both knees back in towards your chest. Give yourself a little sway from side to side. So nice. And then we'll find a full happy baby. So flexing your feet, sending the soles of your feet up towards the sky. And then taking hold of the outside edges of your feet or shins and starting to draw both knees down towards your armpits. Option just to stay here in the stillness if that's what your body's asking for. Otherwise, taking a little rock from side to side, having a little play. Good. And then finding your way back to center, gently releasing the feet. So let's bring your feet back down to your mat with a nice bend in your knees. And we'll take a little bridge pose here. So bringing your palms flat down onto your mat, roll your shoulder blades underneath you. Tuck your chin and tuck your pelvis. Just take a little peek down and make sure that your knees are about hip width distance apart. And then as you inhale, you'll start to peel your spine off the mat, send your hips up towards the sky. Good. I'm going to stay here for a couple of cycles of breath. So you can just stay here, or there's an option to interlace your hands underneath you, pressing your fist down towards the mat. Good. Keep pressing the hips up towards the sky. Squeeze through your glutes. Take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, release the fingertips and slowly roll all the way down through your spine. It should feel really nice. Good. And then heel toe your feet to the outside edges of your mat. You're just going to drop your knees off to one side. Taking a little double knee twist here. You can bring the hands to rest on the rib cage if it feels good. Send your gaze over the right shoulder. Good. And then moving back through center, let's drop your knees off to the right hand side, send your gaze over the left shoulder. Good. And then coming back to center, let's hug your knees in towards your chest one more time. As you inhale, draw your forehead up to meet your knees. As you exhale, release everything down to the mat, finding your shavasana. Option to grab any pillows or blankets or socks. And let's take your feet as wide as your yoga mat. You can just allow the feet to fall out to the sides. Take your arms nice and wide with the palms shining up in this gesture of surrender. Tuck your chin slightly. Roll your shoulder blades underneath you. Tuck your pelvis. And then just start to soften through your entire body. So just checking in with how your body is feeling. Maybe you take a little body scan and just notice any areas that you might still be holding or clenching. You're softening through the base of your skull, the corners of your eyes, the corners of your mouth. Softening and unclenching your butt. And then just surrendering the full weight of your body into the earth. Knowing that you have nothing left to do for the next couple of minutes, you have gifted yourself this time and this space just to be with yourself. And I'm going to get nice and quiet so that you can enjoy the next couple of minutes in Shavasana, and then I will call you back when it's time. Slowly start to bring your awareness back to your physical body. I'm just going to guide you through a little 5-minute meditation to end our practice tonight. So you can just stay lying down with your eyes closed. And let's begin by slowing down your breath. Letting the body breathe you. And with each exhale, feeling the weight or any stress or pressure leaving your body. And just allowing that stress and pressure to slowly start to melt away. Starting to visualize yourself releasing any thoughts or feelings that are weighing you down. Know that you have the power to let go of anything that doesn't serve you. Allow yourself to feel any emotion that comes up as you release this stress and pressure. And see if you can orient towards your deep center. Start to notice your body soften as you let go. Allow yourself to be fully present with yourself in this moment. And then just take a moment to reflect on the release of these pressures and these feelings. Notice how it feels to let go of them. Notice how it feels to allow yourself, to give yourself permission to release these feelings. When you're ready, you can slowly start to open your eyes and return to the present moment, feeling refreshed and renewed. And remember that you always have the power to return to this feeling of release whenever you need to. You don't need to carry heavy things with you. Then we'll end our practice tonight with a little journal prompt for the week or the evening if you want to do it tonight. And the prompt is, what am I carrying that I can let go of? So what am I carrying that I can let go of? Maybe you just have a little think about that. Maybe you write it down. doesn't land with you, it doesn't land, don't worry. And we'll end our practice here tonight with gratitude from my heart to yours. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. Thank you so much, guys.